Happy New Year,
everyone! Welcome to the first video of 2023. If you have read the title, it's a very interesting video that we brought to you today. That's why I have your one and truly Draze Force here with me to do a little bit of a story time on how we got engaged. So tell the people, how did this happen?
Alright, so it all started when I had to go back to the US alone. And I knew that I didn't want to be apart from her anymore. So around November, I went to my parents' house and I told my mom that I want to get a ring for Laura. And so my mom's like, okay. Well, I got you. I am going to look at a couple of things and I'll send you some ideas. And we wanted the ring to be special. I mean, everyone wants the ring to be special. But we're on a budget. So the original plan was that we would get a ring and just take the diamond out of it and put it into a new setting. So like we just kind of like build our own ring with the combination of two. So my mom had sent me a few ideas of rings that she thought looked pretty for the diamonds. And I was like, okay. And I wasn't like totally sold on the idea of like building a ring. So I was like, I don't know, like what if it falls apart and stuff like that. And then I was just kind of doing some secret research. I would always tell her I'm doing secret research. So during my secret research, I was looking at all these different rings, and then I found the one. And then I was like, okay, this is pretty cool. This is, I think, exactly what she would like. And I'll tell you how I knew how she would like it.
Yeah, so what interesting fact made you know that I would love this little ring right here?
So, it's no secret that we watch a lot of 90 Day Fiancé. So we would always watch 90 Day Fiancé, and I don't even know if she even knew she was doing it, but during the scenes of 90 Day Fiancé, when the person is picking out the ring, she'd always comment, "Oh, that's ugly. I don't like that shape. It would be so much prettier if it was this shape. I don't like that shape. This ring is ugly." It's like, okay, so here's all the things that it shouldn't be. So it narrowed down the options pretty quick because I knew exactly what she didn't want. And then I was like, okay, so this ring is really great. I showed it to my mom. She said, yeah, that looks cool. And then I was gonna come back to it later. I was gonna go see other options just to make sure this one was really the one. And I came back the next day and it was on a Black Friday sale.
And we love some good sales.
And I was like, what perfect timing. So I ordered it right away. And there's a little fun fact about how I got the size.
So how did you know how it would perfectly fit my finger?
Well, there was one day you told me that you were going shopping at the mall with your sister. And I said, oh, why don't you stop by the jewelry store and get your ring sized and get your finger sized for a ring? She's like, haha, okay.
I did.
Oh, she actually did.
Don't ask me. I did. It was the beginning of our relationship, like super early on. I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm not playing games. I'm gonna do it.
And what's funny is that, so she got her ring sized, right? And she told me it was a size 10. But I realized that that's in Portuguese.
Yeah, so sizes are very different depending on where you are.
So I had to look online to translate it from Portuguese to just like a general European to US. Turns out I did my math correctly. So
Yeah.
that's good.
With all the conversions, through all of the things, it seems like it doesn't need to be resized, so that ended up being perfect once
Yeah.
again.
So I ordered the ring with the right size. And I got all the extra protections because, you know, you can never be too safe when it comes to your diamond. So the thing took like a month to ship because it was an online exclusive ring. So I couldn't go to the store and just pick it up. So it took a month to ship. And then when I got it, it came in this like huge, like wooden box. It was like, I don't know, like it was like this big, like a box. It was like a big box. And the first thing I thought was, I can't take that box to Portugal because it's too big.
Mm-hmm.
So I went on Amazon and I found some little pink ring boxes that were smaller. So I just transferred the ring to a new box and called it a day. And so after I got the ring, I immediately showed a picture of it to her mother on Facebook Messenger. So Laura would have no idea I was speaking to her mom.
Yeah. I could tell that there was a lot of like secrecy somewhat. Like, but my head didn't go there, to be honest. But yeah. I mean, of course, like we talked and I knew that one day we would be in this situation, but not at this time. But it was interesting that all of a sudden they were just saying those things, but I didn't really connect the dots that it was coming soon. So yeah.
So back to the story. I got the ring in a new box and I kept it in my backpack because I was coming back to Portugal for the holiday season. I was going to come back to Portugal for our first Christmas. And let me tell you, that flight to get here, it's never simple to get to Portugal from the US. Something always happens. But I got to Portugal and I come out and I'm immediately greeted by Lara.
Like after a long wait.
After a long wait.
He lost his he lost his luggage. The airplane lost his luggage. And he had to be a long time on the other side. And me waiting on the other side of like where you finally get into the arrivals, like before, what is it? Like baggage claim. So that was interesting. But yes. Yeah.
So it just makes a longer trip, an unexpectedly longer trip, even more unexpectedly longer. Whew, try saying that 3 times fast. So I finally get through the door and I immediately see Lara waving and she's running at me.
I'm so happy.
And so I give her the biggest hug that I could. As I promised, I told her I'd give her the biggest hug that she could ever imagine. And I wanted to give her the ring right then and there. But I thought to myself, no, Nick, we can't do that because we should stick with the original plan, which is New Year's. Because I have already asked her that I want to go see the fireworks on New Year's.
Yeah, so now I think Nick's here in Portugal. That's where we were. And meanwhile, before all of this was on his side, on my side, there was a very interesting experience happening. So while I was trying to plan everything for his arrival, like once again, I had no clue that a proposal would be even a thought or something at this moment. But in my head, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna treat myself. I've been working hard. So I'm gonna get my nails professionally done. And I'm not gonna get too deep into the whole story because it was kind of tragic. And I'm not even exaggerating. My nails were completely ruined at the salon, so like it ended up being a mess. I spent 3 hours there, and this was the result. I'm gonna put somewhere in the screen because it's freaking unbelievable unless you actually look at it. Uh, and I just remember being like so heartbroken because once again I usually do my own nails, and I would say that I'm pretty reasonable at it, but this time, like, I got them professionally done and they got completely ruined. And I remember that when I entered the car, my mom was like, "Can you believe this?" And I told her exactly this. Imagine I would be proposed today and this is how my nails looked. And I was so upset. I was incredibly upset. And I got home and I talked to Nick. I showed him my nails. I was like completely ruined. It's something so stupid to be like crying about nails, but I was just like, how can this be happening? And I decided that I wanted to fix my nails by myself the same day because come on, like there is no way I could even like walk around with those nails. Like there was blood everywhere if you can see through the picture. So I decided that I was gonna do them myself, but that same day that I tried to get them like at least a little more decent, the drill that I have for my nails didn't work. It didn't work, so I was like, my life was ruined that day. I was so upset, you know, like that kind of day that anything works, like nothing works for you and you're like, who has something against me? Speak now, please. But yeah, so I ended up being able to manually like fix them to this. I'm trying to put a photo here, but I was still very sad about my nails. So when we got to the house after we picked up Nick, he had a surprise for me. And he actually got me another drill. And I had no idea what the intentions were. Once again, on that time, I would just assume this is a very nice gift because he knew how upset I was about my nails. So he got me a cute little rose gold drill for my nails. And still talking about nails, another interesting thing that then happened was that I didn't straight away fix my nails because at that point we were gonna spend Christmas in my grandma's town, and then we had to travel back to the hometown, and this is where New Year's was gonna be. So the day before New Year's Eve, I should say, my pinky nail broke before I had fixed them, before everything. And for a second, I was like, nah, you know what? I'm not gonna fix it for New Year's Eve. Like, we don't usually do like a big thing. Like traditionally here in my house, we just like all have a small like but nice dinner, and then we just see the fireworks. I was like, you know what, maybe I'm not gonna fix my nails. But then something just told me, you know what, it's New Year's and I want it to be special. So I decided to fix my nails. He actually didn't tell me anything at all, but I decided to use the new little drill that he had given, and I decided that day to ask him how he wanted me to do my nails. So he picked these nails that I have, and I even decided to do like some special nail art on it, something that I usually don't do. I just do basic colors, but this time I decided to do extra special. So skipping now to the actual New Year's Eve day, we just decided to pick up our clothes, and actually I asked him once again for some reason, I don't know why. I had a bunch of options in the bed and I was like, pick up my New Year's outfit. And so he picked a little black jumpsuit and my thigh-high boots, and then I just did my makeup, my hair. You got all put together too, the little gray shirt, and looking a little extra special, you know, for New Year's. That was my thought in my head. We were just looking nice for New Year's.
We have a picture of that too. Yeah,
we do have a picture of clueless me, not knowing what was gonna happen. But yeah, And then he actually got the time where we do that whole dinner in the house, where it was just me, Nick, and my mom and my mom's boyfriend. So it was just us. And another interesting thing that happened during the dinner, while little old me was clueless, is that they popped this interesting champagne. And this champagne's name was called Alliance. It was actually called Aliança, and that's the Portuguese word for alliance. And the interesting thing about that word is that alliance in Portuguese does not only mean alliance, but it also means wedding ring. So I was trying to explain to Draze how cute that champagne bottle was because of the meaning of it. But still, yet again, absolutely clueless. Because I am not the smartest person in the world, it seems. So yeah, just spent like a good 30 minutes trying to explain how cute the bottle was because of that. I don't even drink champagne, so I was just rambling about champagne all the time. And we finally decided to walk to the riverside here in my hometown to go see the fireworks, because that's usually one of the best places to see fireworks, because you can see fireworks from everywhere around my hometown. So I know that you want to add something to this story in this part.
So we're walking from the house here to the riverside. It's not a very long walk, but I have my jacket on and I have the ring in the box in my pocket, in my jacket. And I know that she loves to put her hands in my pocket to keep them warm. So I'm purposely keeping her on the opposite side of me that the ring is on, so she doesn't accidentally find it.
Yeah, and once again, I had no clue. There was all of this plan around everything. So we finally get to the riverside and a Queen tribute band's playing. And I actually had no idea that there was going to be a performance that day. But yeah, it was a Queen tribute. And then we were starting to get ready for the whole tradition preparations that the Portuguese people have. I don't know if everyone here in Portugal does that, but my mom's boyfriend is very like superstitious. So like usually what the people do is drinking champagne at midnight. They open a bottle, and in the countdown you count on from 12 to midnight, and you do it and you eat a grape or a raisin every time a second passes, and you make a wish. So a wish per raisin. Usually it's raisin, but I hate raisins, so I do grapes all the time.
I picked raisins because I hate green grapes.
Yeah. So by that time, I was trying to explain to Draze, because it's his first New Year's in Portugal, so I was trying to explain, so this is a tradition. But the thing is that for my mom's boyfriend, there's more to it. He adds on to it. So besides doing the whole grape champagne thing, you have to be standing on your left foot.
On your right foot. You have to be standing on your right foot. So you
Is
enter
it?
the new year on the right foot.
Oh yeah, exactly, no. So yeah, look at that. He picked up on what I taught him. So yeah, you have to be standing on your right foot. So you begin the year in your right foot. That's supposed to give you luck. And you're supposed to be holding a bill on your right hand too. And that's supposed to give you fortune to the New Year's. So here I was, like in the countdown, eating my grapes, standing in my right foot, and holding onto a bill. My little bag, I had a Ziploc bag full of grapes, trying to take the grapes, holding onto a little glass until it reached midnight. And
at midnight, I said, I'm tired of doing these silly traditions. And I got down on one knee and I gave her the ring. I gave my phone to her mom so that she could take some photos of the moment, but I didn't know that she actually wanted a video. So her mom took like 1 billion photos.
Yeah, and my mom is not the greatest person at taking pictures.
I think they turned out pretty good.
But fortunately, that's what I was gonna say. But fortunately, these ones turned out great. Yeah.
Yeah. And this random guy came over, and I'm not very good at speaking in Portuguese, but he came over, and what I'm told he said is that he captured it all on video.
Yeah, so what I believe happened is that people usually get their cameras up and running for the fireworks show because they want to record it. And the guy that was standing beside us noticed that it was a proposal, so straight away he moved from filming whatever he was filming and he filmed us. So we were able to get all the proposal on camera, not even on purpose. So that was very, very cool. Honestly, I'm very glad that happened.
Me too.
Like, God bless that man. And he then sent us the video, and now we were able to share with everyone. And that's gonna be a memory that we're gonna treasure forever because it was so cute. But it's funny because then we were just like crying like little babies, and I couldn't believe. I was just shaking, holding on to my grapes, and then I was like, oh my god, I didn't even eat my whole grapes. I didn't make my whole wishes. I'm like, I'm so, like, my mom and my mom's boyfriend were trying to talk to me, and I was like, oh, I didn't know what was going on. I was so like shaking and happy. And it was pretty cool. And I said yes, by the way.
She did. She did say yes.
Say yes. We have it in the video. You can see my little... So yeah. And now we're engaged.
And now we're engaged.
Yes. So yeah, that's the story on how we got engaged. So now the wedding preparations are getting started, and hopefully we get to share our journey through there. It's a very interesting how a long distance relationship turned into this, and let's see what the future has for us. And yeah, that's it. Bye everyone.
Bye.